for me, innovation is that, to transform the customer needs and expectations, even the needs they don't know about, into something that is new for them.
For example, a process, if you are doing something in a different way, or let's say you are creating a new business model that has not been applied before, that's innovation. And innovation, I think, it's not new at the university.
Would you think that this skill set is learnable, or you have to be born with it? I'm just curious about your maybe personal opinion.
Both actually. It is learnable till a point. Yes. And some people have the skill set like from the birth point, when they just have a few infos, and from that they know already whether it's going to work or not, whether they have to go into details with that competitor or that given customer group or not.
A karrierépítés titkai, sikeres és híres BME-sek történetei, Erasmus és külföldi munkalehetőségek, az egyetemi élet kulisszatitkai. Ez itt a BME GTK podcast műsora.
Hello everyone and welcome to BME GTK podcast. My name is Daniel Jekkel. I'm your host of this episode where we are gonna talk about innovation, how it's shaped here at BME GTK, and how ideas can grow into real projects and startups. Today I'm joined by two guests, Dr. Vivien Surman, Associate Professor at the Department of Management and Business Economics, and I also welcome Miklós Verseghi-Nagy, the CEO of BME InnoLab. Stay with us for an inspiring conversation about creativity, innovation, and the future of innovation at BME. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this episode if you like it. Thank you in advance. So let's start. First, I would like to warmly welcome all of you and ask to introduce yourselves a little bit.
Thank you for the opportunity, and hello everyone. My name is Miklós Verseghi-Nagy, and you were kind to mention I'm the Chief Executive Officer of BME InnoLab Limited, which is the technology transfer company of BME, established at the end of last year. And what we are doing, we are focusing on technology transfer, that is to transfer technology, innovation and research into the market, into the business world, into the application in the real world. So that's our mission right now. And I'm also teaching at the Faculty of Economics, and I was graduated here in 1990 as an electrical engineer and worked in the industry in the beginning, but maybe a bit more about that later.
Hello everyone, my name is Vivien Surman, as I was introduced. I'm at the Department of Management and Business Economics. I'm an associate professor there, meaning that I'm doing research and teaching at the same time. And also, I am the vice head of the department, mainly focusing on the education-related processes. So the teaching, the related administration, putting together the schedule for both the colleagues and the students as well. So if you have problem with that, please go to me, okay? About my research area in some words, well, it's mainly focused on quality management, but quality management both in industry and related to higher education institutions as well. So that's why I'm a bit more connected to the innovation side as well, because every kind of process approach, process development, improvement, it has some kind of innovation in the core to go for it.
So innovation is everywhere in your workplace, and the first question would be that how did you get first interested, and after how did you get involved in innovation or in entrepreneurship?
Speaking in the short term, I got in contact with innovation end of last year when this company was established, and I undertook the leading of this company. Which has the mission to transfer technology, innovation and research to the market, to the economy, to make a socio-economic impact, to say it in a very nice way. But as I mentioned, I graduated in 1990, telecommunications. I studied here, at the university, and I worked for Ericsson. And Ericsson had one person, the chief executive officer, and I was the second. I was the engineer at Ericsson. And then we started to build a large company, having market operations, research and development department. So everything was new and everything was innovation from the very beginning. So that's when I first met innovation, when I left the gates of the university.
Well, for me, the story is not so big, I have to say, because I met with innovation when I did my bachelor degree. I have an engineering management BSc degree at BME. I did the master and the PhD as well. And there I fulfilled a subject called something like Development and Operation of Innovative Enterprises, I think. And it was a very good subject, I have to say. You know, that subject that you go to the lecture every time you have it and listen to the whole 90 minutes long lecture and the invited speakers and everything. So that was the first moment when I started to have an interest in innovation and what could it be. And later on, I just met with it. During the master, during the PhD, during my research related to projects and everything, it just started to make a whole world for me.
And we are here because of innovation. What does this word mean to you as personally, as a researcher, as a teacher, as an educator, or when working with students?
That's a good question.
How can you describe it?
Innovation is anything that's new, really. So we tend to think about innovation as some research result, for example, in the area of technology. But anything, for example, a process, if you are doing something in a different way, or let's say you are creating a new business model that has not been applied before, that's innovation. And innovation, I think, that's not new at the university. What is new is we have a focus, a go-to-market focus. So everyone enjoys if he or she innovates something that is being applied, being utilized in the real world, in the economy or in the business world. So that's the new focus of innovation. But innovation has been present at the university for a long time. So innovation, you could think of it as anything that's new, either in technology, processes, business models, whatever.
Well, innovation for me is something the same, something similar, and at the same time something different. There is a method called QFD, Quality House, which the students very much hate, but I love it. It was love at first sight, I have to say. It is awful. I mean it. It is awful. You need so many things to create it, but it shows how to transform customer needs into something, into technical functions, processes, products, services, and something like that. And for me, innovation is that, to transform the customer needs and expectations, even the needs they don't know about, into something that is new for them. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they know about this product, service, model, process, let it say anything. And sometimes you have to make it known by the customers. But for me, it is the transformation, the customer need transformation into something new. It's novelty.
In what ways does the university BME support innovation, both as organizational level and in educational level?
Yeah, BME, it's a tough question because BME supports innovation in many different ways. But I would say we have internal resources and external resources. So we have, for example, an organizational unit, a department that's responsible for finding and identifying the promising innovations and promising research. Promising, I mean, that have a potential for going to market.
For example, how do they know that? How can they decide it?
Well, they have a systematic process to scout. That's the process is called scouting. So they are
innovation scouting, right?
Innovation scouting or research scouting. So their task is to find early stage innovations that are promising. So basically, they are in contact with all the 70 departments of the university and making this scouting on a regular basis. The other very important task of this unit is to make sure that intellectual property is protected in a proper and safe way. So these are internal resources, and then we have the technology transfer company that incubates. So we are providing a fast track to the market for those innovations that have the potential to reach to the market. And I would say that researchers who have the ambition to go to market. So it's important that you have an innovative idea, you have a good innovation, and you also have the ambition to go to market. So these are internal resources, and then we have external resources like venture capital funds, accelerator programs, mentor programs, and we make sure that people have access to these external resources. So these are some examples of different ways how we support innovation.
Yeah, but we have the basics as well, you know. So as I told you, when I met with innovation, it was through a subject. And actually, at our department, we are creating these subjects for the students. And through this, we are creating a possibility for our academic and non-academic colleagues as well to know how to create startups from research, what is the business model, how to create a business model behind that, and what is innovation in an enterprise, in the case of an enterprise, and so on. So we are creating a kind of subject base for that as well. So at least they have a little bit of knowledge. So if they meet a kind of opportunity, if they have a new idea, a good idea, they will know where to start.
There are like initiatives, or how to say, projects like HSUP, HIH, or the Pathway to Business.
Yeah.
What can we know about that?
HSUP, Hungarian Startup University Program.
Yes, that's the one.
It's a program created by the Government Agency for Innovations, NIU, and it's a cross-university program, so students can apply and enroll, and have a theoretical part and the practical part. So there is e-learning material that they can go through, and also there is a project like they have a startup, and then they elaborate the business plan during the practical exercises together with other students from other universities. So it's quite a nice team formulation and hands-on experience. So that's HSUP. Hungarian Innovation Hub is an incubation house. It's a classic incubation house near to the Q building of BME. And Pathway to Business, that is for PhD students. It's an accelerator program. So PhD students can also have innovative ideas that
they
have
can
the
become
potential.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah, entrepreneurs. Yeah. And we are supporting, or the Pathway to Business program is supporting them to go to market.
And can you tell us like any data about or any numbers maybe that how popular are like the way to be a businessman or entrepreneurs in nowadays in the BME or in the round of students as you see? What is your thoughts? I'm just curious.
Well, I'm not gonna give you exact figures, but what I can tell is that the way it is formulated in Hungary, that each and every university that is dealing with technology transfer has its own technology transfer company. So the BME Tech Transfer Company is responsible for taking the innovations from BME to the market. And basically we have one of the largest number of innovations in the country, especially in the technology area and the deep tech area. We are absolutely market leaders, so to say. But I don't give you exact figures because I don't know. But what I know is that we have a problem with filtering, a selection, because too many applications, and so we have to filter. But we don't have the problem that there is not enough innovation in the university.
Yeah, and related to project events, we see that there are interest in the people, and not just internally, externally as well, to be part of the university innovation ecosystem. So we had an event not so far away. It was, I think, 1 month ago, the Innovation and Grant Day, and there were startups coming to that event and trying to get in contact with you, with the university as a whole. So they have an idea, they need research, they need technology, engineering part, business part, and so on. So yes, there is interest.
And are there like other university initiatives that you find especially inspiring in the perspective of innovation?
To answer your question, I think it is exciting, this new focus, this new ambition, that anything that we figure out new things or innovate new things or research new things, we find a way to have an application of that in the industry or in the economy. So I think that's everyone's own drive to do that. So that's exciting.
So let's talk about BME InnoLab a little bit. How does it fit into the university's innovational ecosystem, and what is it actually?
As the name implies, would be a laboratory for innovation, but it's not. InnoLab is providing professional services for innovators in the university, and to help them in the way that we have just described a few minutes ago. So that's basically InnoLab. We provide services, support for everyone to find the way, to find the track to the market and make an impact in the economy.
Does the InnoLab bring back innovation from the market?
We are connecting with customers and with the market, the needs, the requirements. So we find the right research laboratories that can be connected with the industry. Yes, so back and forth, we are making relationships and connections.
And how does students, lecturers, or business partners how can they use the opportunities what InnoLab can give them?
Just to have one more comment on your previous question, it's very important that the business problem is coming from the business world. So that we are doing research that with the eye on the market and the customer needs. To this question, just give me a call or drop me an email. We don't need to make it very formalized. We are, so to say, a startup company ourselves. So just don't over-formalize this thing. Get in contact, have a talk, and have a coffee, and discuss the possibilities.
So, for example, if a BME GTK student comes to you that he or she or they have an idea, they can reach you out, and you can help them to make their dreams come true.
Yeah, first we can help them to
maybe not the whole dream, okay.
Not every dream. And of course we are talking about utilization of resources, but the first thing is identification and validation of the idea. So that's the first thing we can help. So
if it's real or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it can work in the market, or it has some potential or not.
Correct. If it's a viable business plan, for example, or a mature technology or whatever.
Yeah, because sometimes they bring up ideas that they think it's unique, but actually it is there. They just didn't find it on the market. And for that, you will know the answer.
Novelty check.
And is in these kind of situations that the answer is that there is also some similar project on the market. So we don't have to work with it, or we can make it a little bit more or different than the other.
They have to analyze the competitor and whether they can offer something new. I mean, I don't want to take your word, but they have the skill set for that. Both the engineering students, the business students, and so on, they have to have the skill set for a little bit of competition check, to see what they are doing, what kind of customer needs they are fulfilling, and whether you want to fulfill really the same or a bit similar, but actually something different. And whether you want to do something different just on that given field. In these cases, yes, they have opportunity. If they just really want to stuck with that idea, then maybe not, no?
Yeah, exactly. We never say no, so to say, but we validate, and we feedback that you should maybe adjust your plan and then come with the next revision of your plan.
Would you think that this skill set is learnable, or you have to be born with it? I'm just curious about your maybe personal opinion.
Both actually. It is learnable till a point. Yes. And some people have the skill set like from the birth point, when they just have a few infos, and from that they know already whether it's going to work or not, whether they have to go into details with that competitor or that given customer group or not.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the funding or investments of options what the university can offer to startups or spin-offs. How could you describe them, or how can we think about them?
It's important to note that BME does not have a fund on its own, but we have access to the funds available in Hungary, venture capitals and other funds. And what we can support, or the way we can support these initiatives to make sure that they are mature enough. So we make this validation process and say, okay, you are ready to go for this fund. So when you make your presentation, you make your request for funding, you are ready for that. So that's the professional service we are providing. We don't have money on our own to invest. Okay, but I would say the money is not the bottleneck. The bottleneck is that you reach that point in the process
that you have to have the money.
That you are ready for that,
and you can help them to be ready or become ready.
Yeah, exactly.
How does the Faculty of Economic and Social Sciences, and in particular the Department of Management and Business Economics, contribute to promoting innovation?
Well, I think the basic things already highlighted through subjects, but it's very important that we are not talking about obligatory subjects, not that is necessary to be fulfilled by students, but subjects that are possibilities for everyone at the university. So if they are interested in having some management leadership skill set related to innovation, or they want to have some kind of knowledge related to initiation of a new company or something like that, then they will take these kind of courses. Then we have the other part when we are creating specializations. For example, for MBA program, we have this kind of specialization for the students, and which includes, I think it's development of companies or operation of companies and innovation management subjects they have, and they are fulfilling these kind of subjects, and with that they are going to get a plus in their diploma, saying that yes, I went through this kind of processes, I went to this kind of subjects, and I fulfilled them, so I have a broader skill set related. Also, we have top management, I think it's called top management course or something like that we have in practice, in the case of which it is led by the department head. It is, we are inviting top managers for every lectures from all around Hungary. We had some from finance sector, we had from manufacturing, from airplane industry, and so on. So we are inviting these lecturers, these presenters, and the students can ask about anything related to their topics. So they are presenting how it is done, what is innovation related to their company, and how they are fulfilling the different kind of customer needs. And also the students are there and they can ask any kind of questions related, so they can learn from that and put it into practice in their companies. Because I mean, most of the MBA students are already having a kind of company in the background. So first of all, I would say these kind of subject specializations. Second of all, we have these international projects going on at the faculty, department level, faculty level, university level, and related to these kind of projects, we create different kind of events, to which we are inviting students, academics, non-academics, entrepreneurs, company leaders, and so on. So they can hear about different kind of lectures related to the market. We have these kind of workshops where they can speak with each other and find opportunities to work together. So I would say these kind of things we have.
So there are possibilities.
Yeah, I would say.
Let's move to our main topic, the InnoVasai Bridge project. What is it and how did it all start?
Okay, so InnoVasai Bridge project started the beginning of this summer, so 2025, okay? We applied for it in 2024. It's a Horizon project that we are talking about. We have the consortium including different universities and for-profit, non-profit parties around Europe, let's say Europe. We have Aston University from Birmingham. They are the leader of this consortium. We have Hellenic University from Greece, Serbian universities from Novi Sad, of course BME. We have Israel Innovation Institute, Twin Innovation, and Accelerate from Malta. So these are the consortium members. And my experience is that in the case of most Horizon Europe project, we have one purpose, one aim. However, in this case, we have two. A little bit like a Venn diagram, so we have, aside from both of them as the focus, but we have cybersecurity and we have startup innovation as focus. So at the same time, we would like to provide a kind of general cybersecurity knowledge to all parties related to university ecosystem, innovation ecosystem. And at the same time, we would like to offer opportunities for researchers, students to create startups, give them the knowledge for that, helping them to have investments related, accelerate them, to really become from pre-startup, a real startup in the world, and have partners. So challenge owner, solution provider events and things like that, so they can find where to provide their idea, actually.
Mm-hmm. And how is this project connected to BME or even especially to GTK?
To GTK, well, first of all, these subjects are helping very much, these kind of innovation subjects, because we know who are the students who are interested in this field, who could be put into this kind of project, so they can participate at the events. We can ask about their opinion of the given processes. They can provide information. We can provide information for them. On the other part, these kind of events that we are creating, we need business part always. So this is what has to be understood, that a lot of times, the innovation focus is coming from the engineering area. Okay, the engineering students have the new product, create the basis for a new business model, new service or something like that. But without having the management and the business skill set around that, it's not going to happen. Or even if you can go to the market, it's not going to stay there. You have to know your customers. You have to know strategy. You have to know how to create strategy and stay alive. So that's why the GTK is creating a thematic knowledge hub for them, and also the opportunity to meet different parties related to given areas.
Do you think that this knowledge can be like fundamental, or can be a base, and after as they grow their experience, they can be better and better, so it has to be as a fundamental something?
I would say so, yes, but as they would like to improve in that, we are going to help with that. Okay, so it's not just that we are providing them an event that, hello, it's there, please come here, meet with these people, but after we had this innovation and grant day, I think I received more than 30 emails from the participants that they would like to get in touch with that person, even from students. They came to my office and saying that I had an idea there. Can you help me to have some other parties related to that idea so we can put it into practice and so on? So yes.
Who are the partners of this project, and how do they make this collaboration special?
Okay, so of course the consortium partners were there, okay, but we invited Hungarian startups through the National Government Agency for Innovation. We had contacts there, and they helped us to get in touch with all kinds of startups of Hungary. So we send them the invitation that what they can get if they come there, the possibilities of cooperation and so on. So we had partners from there. We had partners from this agency also. We had partners from other Horizon projects, which was interesting for me because, this is my first Horizon project that I'm leading, and I didn't have the idea that other Horizon project leaders going to come and try to cooperate between Horizon projects. We had people from international companies that are trying to go for another way in the sector, let's say. So they are working at big international companies, but they have an idea there they want to put into practice, and they need some cooperation with university, with research or something. So they came there and say, cooperate.
That sounds good. That sounds inspiring.
Yes, it was.
What kind of activities, events, or training programs have taken place within the Innova Bridge project so far?
Well, we just started it in the beginning of the summer, so not so many yet, but we have cybersecurity, general online, hybrid and in-person courses going on. Today we had a meeting with the consortium, so as far as I know, more than 500 participants we already had, just in 1.5 months, because it started in the middle of September. So it means that a lot of people are interested in taking part of these kind of courses and have this kind of skill set. They are getting digital badges at the end when they are fulfilling the exam, because there is an exam, of course. But students, academics, non-academics can take part, so it's not limited to higher education students. Even partners can take part from this national agency. There is people who is taking part and doing the exam, already did the exam. We have events like the Innovation and Grant Day we had. We have community of practice events going on. We are creating a map, what kind of events related to cybersec and startup management are there at the given consortium partners. And this map is going to be shared with all kinds of stakeholders related to our innovation ecosystem. So if they are interested, they know where they can find these kind of ideas, processes, presentations, so they can go there and participate.
Do you have any stories or examples or maybe feedbacks that shows what the project meant to the participants?
Well, that's a good question. For me, it meant a lot because, as I said,
in your eyes.
Yeah, this is my first project to lead, but there is one colleague at our department who is actually on the digital transformation, I would say, digital transformation researching, and also in the teaching, he's concentrating on that field. And he was participating at the Train the Trainer program we had. So he developed very good cybersecurity skills. So now we are not just focusing on digital transformation and digital maturity anymore, but also the cybersecurity maturity as well. So when we are evaluating a company or let's say a university and saying how experienced it is, how mature it is on the digital point of view, so whether a new technology integration would go flawlessly into the company, we can do the same thing on cybersecurity side. So it's not just whether it is ready for different kind of new technology integration, but whether it is ready from safety point of view as well. So it widened the research area for him very much.
Where do you see its biggest impact? In the students' mindset, in the cooperation with businesses, or in the university's overall?
Well, it has a kind of project which is called Challenge Owner Solution Provider Connection. Some time ago, we were looking for cybersecurity-related challenge owners, which means companies, bigger companies that have an issue related to cybersecurity that they cannot solve at this point. So we created a call for all kinds of this challenge owner problem, and now we are looking for solution providers. Solution providers, startups or research groups or even student groups maybe. So we are marketing guys these challenge owner descriptions, and then we are creating solution provider descriptions and matchmaking. It's like we have these solutions there, we have these challenges there, and see where the match goes and how they can work together, and maybe later on they can create a kind of contract on it. So for now, I would say this is the biggest project that we are doing.
So this matching.
Yes. And it is open for students, for researchers as well. So, and it is open between students and researchers and the market. So it is very much helping your project as well. We are having connection with the InnoLab also.
That's what I wanted to ask.
Yes.
That how or where is InnoLab in this project?
It is there. The beginning, not yet. Okay, when we are just trying to get to know the challenge owner problem, we try to get to know what the solution provider is offering actually, whether it is really matchmaking, whether we can do it. And then when we start to get to know these kind of two sides, if we see the opportunity, a good opportunity, then we are going to turn to the InnoLab and making the cooperation a little bit bigger, maybe even go for investors, if there is a possibility, and then create something that is not just good for the challenge owner, for the solution provider, but for InnoLab and the university as well. So we are improving the whole innovation ecosystem of the university.
So you are like a filter or
yes,
a reference giver?
I would say this is the InnoSybridge and the GTK part of it, yes.
I would say it's really a pioneering work.
Yes, it is.
This project, because it's as Vivien mentioned, it creates a marketplace for innovators and the ecosystem players or members of the ecosystem, and also it connects this to the processes of the technology transfer that at a later stage can have an effect and accelerate these initiatives.
How do you see the future of this project after it officially ends, even concerning the cooperation with InnoLab, maybe?
Well, I would already say that we have new invitations for new projects, like trying to continue what we have in this project. Now it's going to end in 1 year, almost a little bit more than 1 year, and how to continue after that, and then already have the InnoLab as a direct part of the whole consortium. This is what we are creating because we don't want to stop with this. I mean, as I said, we try to provide the basic knowledge on cyber security, on startup for all kinds of parties. But after that, we really want them to help in creating startups related to university ecosystem and so on. So I think it's going to be a great cooperation in long term as well. We are trying to make the consortium and the BME part of the consortium a little bit wider, bigger, and more direct. So we can create, we can plan a very good strategy with schedule and things like that.
What about the BME's innovation ecosystem concerning this project? Which part might become permanent or integrated to this ecosystem?
I would say the startup incubation. It's almost 100% sure it's going to be a direct part of it in the short future, not just through the subjects we already have, but like in real life, helping real life incubation of these kinds of project ideas. This is one part. And the other that we are working on in another application already is to have this cybersecurity basic knowledge for everyone at the university, not just the applicants that were interested in having some, but really everyone, because we are going in a future that actually it's needed by everyone, not just university members and stakeholders, but really everyone in the world.
What lessons have you taken away from this international collaboration, if you can mention any?
Communicate. This is my lesson, that you have to communicate about your ideas, about the new aspects that just come to your mind when you are having I don't know, some kind of event or something. Just make notes, and after that speak about these kinds of ideas with anyone that is having a kind of stake related. Because if you don't communicate, the project is not going to go well. It's not going to improve, and it's not going to be connected to anyone. Actually, it's not going to provide something positive to no one. It's like you are having an event, but okay, then what? you have to be able to communicate about the project with participants and with non-participants as well. Show the value.
You mean communicate as building relationships?
Also, but not just. Yes, building relationships. Speak with them, see what they see in your project, what you can offer to them, how they can support your project. Yes, this is. But there is the other one, that they have to know about this thingy that is going on, because to the students are interested in the things they see. Okay, so if they don't see it, that you have this grand innovation and grand day, that they can create a startup from the idea that they have these kinds of subjects, that actually they can be part of these kinds of project, not just participants, but really be participants in the whole project itself, then they won't do it. It's not going to support innovation in them, innovation thinking in them. So they have to meet with these kinds of things. For example, in a podcast, in posts, Facebook, and so on, they have to see it. And they have to see that BME is good in that, and they are doing it, and many opportunities are there for them.
Does it mean that these students has to be better in communication? This is the biggest mistake, or
that side as well, yeah. I mean, as I said, there were students at this event as well. We had this Innovation and Grand Day, but there could have been more students, and they have to be brave enough to not just be there, but to say what they see and what they like and don't like and why they are there, actually. So some of the students came to me, and yes, we spoke, and we already started to work on some of their ideas. But I know there were students that didn't do anything after that. They just been there and have the knowledge, but then what?
So they have to believe in themselves more,
yes.
and
Have
also
courage.
get into their comfort zone.
Yes, because this is what startups and innovation is about. No, they have to have the idea and then go for it.
And finally, what would you say to students who have a great idea but haven't dared to take the leap, take the first steps? How would you make them braver?
Try and error. I think I think it's not a shame to fail, even though in innovation they say that failure is a very important milestone in the road that you are taking.
And you learn a lot from that.
You learn a lot on your way to entrepreneurship. So just start, try. And the other thing is that Vivien was talking a lot about the different faculties and the different competencies we have at the university. So having engineering faculties, faculty for natural sciences, faculty for economics and business, you can put together a very nice team. The students can put together a very multifaceted competence team that has all the skills and resources they need to start a successful startup, or maybe fail at the first time. First time they may fail, and then make a successful attempt for the next one. So just start it. Let's be brave, take the leap, and start, and you will be an entrepreneur, and that's exciting, I think.
So the way to success goes through failures.
Exactly.
But not just failures, okay? Success is needed to get to the really big success, but there is going to be some failures there, and you have to handle them. That's all.
That's all. Easy. Okay, thank you. I think this sentence was the best way to end this conversation. It was a really inspiring conversation. So thank you so much for being here, and just let us know that how we can get some more information if our listeners are interested in InnoLab or also in this project.
We have a web page, so get in contact in any way. As I mentioned, direct communication, that's the start of everything. So find our web page and get in contact.
InnoLab has a web page as well, but you can go there and have a look at the information, but please write an email to me, okay? And you can find me in my office most of the time, so you can find me there, come there, find me there, and tell me about your idea.
So they're future innovators, students. You have the first task, the first steps, and you can get in touch with Dr. Vivien Surman and Miklós Verseghi-Nagy, who were here to have this conversation. And I'd like to thanks again for sharing your thoughts and experience with us today. And thank you for all the attention what the listeners and the watchers gave to us. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like this episode, and also subscribe to our channel and share this episode to anyone who are interested in innovation, and see you in the next episode. Thank you for your attention.